Hello, and thanks for staying tuned in to the Women in Retail and Total Retail Virtual Exchange. I'm Ashley Taradio, Senior Content Strategist for Total Retail and the Women in Retail Leadership Circle. During this session, you'll be hearing from Tina Fan, Chief Customer Officer for Bolt, the world's most intelligent online payment solution with 100% fraud protection. Following this interview, you'll hear from Chris Lindland, CEO of Beta Brand, interviewed by Katie Talbot, Senior Contributor for Forbes. So Tina, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Ashley, for having me.
So I thought we could start by you telling me a little bit about Bolt and the services you offer.
So Bolt's the world's first checkout experience platform. It's designed to give retailers the freedom to focus on their brand while Bolt perfects the purchase. So people have more options than ever when shopping online, and retailers need to provide the best experience or customers will move on. So Bolt solves that complicated technological challenges involved in checkout through fraud detection and digital wallets, so that retailers can devote their energy to what matters most, growing their product, brand, and customer base. So Bolt was started in 2014 with the mission to decentralize and democratize commerce.
Great. And so how have your retail clients' technology needs changed as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, considering the increased shift to online shopping?
So I would say that COVID has created a polarizing effect for retailers. Our retailers are focusing on operational efficiency and cost cutting. And we see this in two sort of ways. Some of our retailers are doing really, really well, and they need better processes and technology to handle the increased order volumes. Some example categories include home goods, furniture, organization, anything that ties to spending time at home and activities outside of your home, and that have manufacturers in America. And then some of our retailers were hit really hard and had to cut staff. Some categories include companies whose supply chains are overseas, or restaurant, bar, event suppliers. So they're really, struggling a bit. So the two polarizing situations are we can't work fast enough, or we're trying to save our business. And so we're really faced with that. And there are two areas where we're focused on that can support our retailers in these situations. I think one is through new order tracking, and then the other is dynamic customizations and checkout. Our retailers can communicate effectively and quickly to their customers, and then this allows them to utilize their people in other areas instead of the buying experience. So with Bolt's order tracking tools, I think things include delivery status and notifications via text, branded tracking pages. These things do a few things for our brands. It allows them to stay in regular contact with their customers, keeping the brand top of mind. And it encourages more shopping because Bolt's tools offer product add-ons, recommendations on the tracking pages, and it leaves a really good first impression, or second or third, with a consistent and quality branded experience for those shoppers. I think the second piece is dynamic customizations. And there are a lot of different uses for this, but just one example, with what's happening right now is people use banners and checkouts to allow customers to confirm or acknowledge that shipping timelines are longer than expected, or there's some, unexpected situations happening right now.
How can your product help retailers evolve their businesses to account for some of the long-term changes we're likely to see post-pandemic?
So I think, this is where my background comes into play a little bit. I'm, responsible for customers at Bolt, and that covers go-to-market functions as well as post-sale service and support functions. When I think about taking care of customers, I think about the total customer experience. Almost a decade ago, Forrester defined customer experience as how customers perceive their interactions with your company. So for any business, I think that involves the interactions with the company and the product. So with a shift to e-commerce, which is a big behavioral shift from the pandemic, technology plays an even bigger role in these interactions with people, as people are interacting with technology more than the people in the stores. So for us, there are two big areas where this comes into play. First is longer-term shopper loyalty. So the shopper experience and long-term loyalty for independent retailers, and how you maintain your identity and that relationship with those customers. The second is the merchant shopper information. So Bolt makes it incredibly easy for shoppers to create store accounts after their purchase. It's interesting that the number 2 reason why shoppers abandon their carts is because the site asks them to make an account first. And we see a meaningful revenue outcome with accounts. 60% of shoppers who save their information with Bolt complete orders at 50% higher rate than with Bolt's one-click checkout experience versus those who use guest checkout. So I think the account really brings it all together through the passwordless login, one-click checkout, and a branded post-purchase order experience.
And what should retailers be thinking about as they prepare for what will definitely be a unique holiday season? And how can Bolt help them prepare?
I think that retailers should be thinking about delivering relevance, and personalization to their customers, really demonstrating loyalty to the customers, being discoverable, be found, as well as being memorable after they're found, improving site performance, as well as simplifying checkout. I think simplifying the process is part of why Amazon's so successful as well.
So Tina, where can our viewers find more information about Bolt?
So one thing we're providing as part of this is, we focus on the post-purchase experience, and there's an opportunity for brands to get closer to their customers and create loyalty. So check out the link to the right for our holiday ebook. I think in this holiday ebook, there's a lot of actionable advice. It focuses on information that we've researched and collected to help boost 2020 holiday sales.
Thank you, Tina, for sharing your industry insights. We appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thank you, Ashley, for having me. Really appreciate this opportunity to share insights.
Now, please stay tuned to hear from Chris Landland, CEO of Beta Brand, interviewed by Katie Talbot, senior contributor for Forbes.